First ever Dickel shot on the podcast.
Big moment. Shout out Dickel.
Shout out produced by Dom.
Yes, sir. Shout out Batcave. Let's go.
It's so good. The sponsorship's on the way for you.
You know, I'm not gonna lie, that was way bigger than I thought it was gonna be. Like, you know, a shot is supposed to be like one drink.
Yeah.
Like
it was a swallow.
It was a swallow. It was 2 swallows.
It was 2 swallows.
So it's gonna be a fun podcast.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
This is gonna be amazing.
Yeah. All right.
This is gonna be amazing.
Let's get started with how did Dom get into music?
Brother. I mean, I've been making music. This is actually a hilarious story. I'm not gonna lie. It's really embarrassing. But I've been making music since I was like 12. I wanted to be a rapper, which is so...
It's every white boy's dream.
I mean, yeah, honestly. Especially back then, what was that, like, more than 10 years ago now?
Yeah.
Like, it just seemed like so fun to me. And so I was raised Christian. I'm still Christian. So I wanted to be like a Christian rapper. Mm-hmm. And like I was like heavy on like Lecrae and Andy Mineo and like all the Christian rappers.
And then NF came out and you're like, I can do this.
Yeah, exactly,
it's on the way.
Exactly. But I just used my mom's like Mac. And I just did it on iMovie. I don't know why I chose iMovie, but I would play YouTube beats on like YouTube and then open iMovie and just rap over them for fun. They were so bad. And then my dad got me some like software for Christmas one year, and it was called Cubase, which is so random that I used that, but it was really cool because it was kind of like a Pro Tools and like Logic thing, but I just used it to like record like myself, and then I started inviting like friends over, and we would I would have them rap, and then I just would make beats over them basically, and that's pretty much how I got into producing, just making beats for like my friends, because the rapping thing for me kind of trailed off. I was like, I can't do this. It's literally cringing me out. I was really bad. Like, really bad. No, like, if someone out there can find it is out there.
It is out there?
Sadly, to say it is, yes.
Dominic Martinez, everybody.
No. Seriously. No, seriously, you don't want to hear it. But, like, it's just cringe. It just sounds... I feel like I don't have, like, a cool voice, 1. And 2, maybe I'm, like, a little too pronounsive. And just 2, like... Yeah, just like white sounding.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's like, I wasn't changing that at the end of the day.
Which, like, a lot of people make it cool, but I was not making it cool. Like, I'm like I could not do the cool melodies and shit that everyone could do, and it showed. So, yeah, I just luckily had some cool friends that were just intrigued by like music and being around it, and I had like a studio at home. Which, to go back a little bit, my grandpa has always fed into like every aspect of something I like, and he's literally the greatest person ever. Like, I went through a phase in my life where I loved skateboarding. He built me like a half pipe in my backyard, and then after that I went through the phase of music, and he built me a studio in my basement at my house. And so that was like so cool to have as a kid. Like, I don't even have a studio that cool now. Yeah. And like it was like fully soundproof, like full booth, and like I could talk to the people on the inside. It was crazy. And so like having that as a kid, and like having friends that were in high school and like were like, oh, this is such a cool spot. I had like a little MIDI keyboard and stuff. So just inviting friends over and just fucking around and like rapping and making like dumb beats and stuff. That was kind of where like I was like, oh, this is cool. And then one of my friends had put out a song and it did like decent, and like this was like the SoundCloud era. This was a few years later, like 15, 16 years old at this point, but it was like we would refresh the page and be like, oh shit, another 1,000, and that was when I really was like, oh wow, maybe like my beats are kind of cool and like I could like keep doing this and try to do something with it. But yeah, I mean, it's nothing really that crazy of a story. I just loved making beats, I guess. That was like really where it started. Yeah.
So one of those friends back in those days, I actually already had on the podcast. Great dude, great music, Chesley.
The GOAT.
Yeah. What was that like starting making out? No, not making music.
We do make out a lot.
No, making music.
We make out before every session.
Every session. Yeah. That's how the fire sound comes out.
Yeah.
But making music with that from like the Sonic days to like now out here in Nashville, you guys still make music together, still work together.
Man. So he was one of, so when I started with like actually taking it serious, it was one of my like best friends in high school, and then I got a job at 15, which is kind of crazy to think. Like I don't think anyone's hiring at like 15 now.
It's limited hours.
Yeah, like I got a job at 15 at Sonic. And Chesley got a job there as well, and that was like when we became friends. I was like playing, I would always connect to the speaker, and like I think back then it was like the Drake album, and like it was like I was just like playing shit, and he like we just bonded over like the music we would play basically on the speaker. And
isn't it funny back then when someone would play Drake and you'd be like, man, this is so good, like not everybody else was listening to it, like imagine like it was so like exclusive, and it was like but everyone was also listening to it.
I know
it felt special.
Crazy.
You're like, you're listening to this too?
No, Drake, I'm not gonna lie, the only person I ever freak out over meeting would probably be Drake.
Yeah, that'd be insane.
Everyone else, I'm just like, yeah, you're not him.
Yeah,
he's him.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But anyways, so at that time was like right when like the studio was like my thing. Like I just had it at the house and I was making music for fun. So I invited Chesley over because he was like, yeah, dude, I make music all the time. And it was with one of my other buddies that I started with. And Chesley, it was like the first time I ever recorded him. I know he had like recorded at home, or the first time he had recorded really. And we made like some like dumb song over like a YouTube beat or whatever that I had. And since then, his energy to me speaks so much volumes for an artist, as he is an artist, but as also a person, that like it almost to me didn't matter if the song was like super, super crazy good. It was just more of like, this energy is fun to have and like, to create with and to just have around. And that was like really what started our music friendship of just always making music together. Like after that, like it was all the time. We would just keep doing stuff, and we've been through so many stages of music together. It's crazy to think about. It's literally more than 10 years now at this point of how long we've been friends and been making music together, which is so cool because I believe in him more than anybody I know, and his music is me so cool.
So cool and
like,
so different.
So cool.
Unique.
And it's actually funny because me and him have gotten in the biggest fights out of
That's what brothers do though.
I know. And it's like, I think it just really comes down to how much I really believe in him and how much he believes in himself, and just like all the self-doubt and all the you know, just once you get into the industry, learning how things work, and there's just so much that comes into play besides just the music. And I think for me, it's always been the music first. So I don't know, I just try to just tell him like, bro, like you're insane, like let's just focus on what's good, which is the music, and people will resonate with it. And that's kind of been like how we've been since we were young, like just more for fun, and then music, making just good shit at the end of the day. Like that was really what it was about.
No, he's such a good dude. I remember he was actually the second person I ever recorded a live interview with when I moved to Nashville.
Oh really?
And
Fire.
I couldn't get my memory card to work for like It was like an hour and a half. We were just talking about like J.
so
Cole,
funny.
Kendrick, and Drake.
Hell yeah.
And then we finally,
goats,
I finally got it to work, and I was like, oh, we're good. And I was like, just in case this doesn't work, I'm gonna record with my phone in the background, so we'll be good.
Hell yeah.
And then I go to like upload it from like my drive, and it completely got deleted. I was like, hey, dude, so you know how you spent like 3 hours here the other day? That
I think you told me about that.
That interview's gone. And he was like, no, it's cool. I'll come back before you do it. I was like, really? Because I already feel bad that you already spent like 2-3 hours. And we did, and it was awesome. But
no, he's the
like,
best. Like his energy, like I said, like it's just he's the kind of person you just want to talk to and like get to know more of because he just I don't know I don't want to be a Chesley Glazer, but
but he deserves it. He deserves the glaze.
And I do believe in him so much, and the music that we make is honestly some of the most inspiring music that I'm a part of. It's just fun. It just feels easy, and I think it's because of our relationship more than anything.
Yeah. Earlier you mentioned like the only time that you'd ever be like in awe would be if you worked with like a Drake or even met like a Drake. But has there been artists that you worked with where you just like, oh yeah, like I'm really doing this producer shit now? Like when you like got in the room with them or you even got to meet them or work with them?
Honestly, no. And I think that's because it's like, it's funny. I feel like to people on the outside of the music industry, that kind of put quotes on that because it seems like there's like this like whole other world when you're looking at it from the outside, but it's really just like over a fence that you could like look over. It's really that simple. And like I feel like everybody I meet and every artist, they're really just people at the end of the day. And I know that might be counterintuitive to me saying I freak out over Drake, but he is just a person. But I will say, like, obviously these people make music that resonates with you, like deep down in your soul, that you can't explain to anybody else. And so I totally get that aspect of it, of like, holy shit, I'm meeting someone that might have changed my life, or might have, like, their sound did this to me or made me feel this way or that way, which I think is the beauty behind music. I think for me, I kind of just see past that because I'm trying to do the same thing as a creative in the space of music, of like creating from my emotions and my artistry as a producer to get people to feel those type of same things. So when I meet other people that do that, I'm just like, oh yeah, you're just like me, or you're just like another artist. And so yeah, no, I don't think I've ever felt that way in a room.
Is it difficult being a producer for so many artists and adjusting your style for different artists based on like who comes and who's in the room or where they're at in their career?
No, it's actually so fun.
Yeah.
And I think it's fun because my goal isn't to like make the hit for them. It's like more to just bring out the best of what they want, or the best of themselves as far as their art and how they want to convey it. Like some days I'll go into sessions with an artist and I'll prepare. I'll listen to their music for like a couple of days, and I'll be like, they are big on this R&B vibe that has like hard hitting drums and like this and that, and then I'll go make beats and have stuff prepared. But then they get in the session and we talk and get to know each other, and it might be the complete opposite of that. And I think like as a producer, when you're working with people that are so different from each other and have their own way of making music, it's like really good to figure out the best way to pull that out of them, instead of me like trying to curate it and I guess say like this is what's best for them as like for their artistry, because they're the artists at the end of the day, and to take inspiration from what they're talking about or how they're feeling in their life at that moment or whatever is like really cool. No matter what genre it is. I think that's what's really cool about music is like it's sound at the end of the day, and it's chords and lyrics and tempo and drums, and those things could be achieved through the emotion you're trying to convey, which I feel like a lot of artists do. Like that's like really good artists know how to convey that. And so I just kind of feed off of that when I go into sessions where I'm like, oh, I don't really resonate with this super well, or I love this a lot, and I think this song on their Spotify that got this many views is like what they should be doing. But at the same time, it's like I can't force that out of them to just stick to one sound. I'm really just trying to make the best music that they think is possible in that moment. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. I don't know. I feel like it's kind of, like I said, I'm not like crazy well spoken, but I'm like trying to think of a way to describe it because it's weird. Like people, it's weird because we're talking about a feeling. You know, we're not talking about
an objective measure.
Yeah, we're not talking about like a fact or like the facts are this song did really good for this artist, so let's make something like that. But the fact of that is you're forcing an emotion out of them to make something like they already have or something that they've already done versus like just making something to make something and it feels good for that day and it's fun and that's it. Like I don't know, honestly.
Is it hard to go from, like, let's say you just finished making Tried with Brody. Right. And then after that, let's say you have Chesley coming and he's all happy and he's like, let's make a happy tune right now.
Right.
Is it hard to, like, flip that switch, like, when you switch sessions, or is it something you've just gotten used to at this point?
Yeah, no, I don't think it's hard. I think that's a really good question because, yeah, you're kind of just, like, changing emotions. Yeah,
you're like, oh, I was sad and I was really feeling it. Yeah, I just done it. And it's like, all right, now I have to be sad again. We have to like work up. Like I'm happy right now, but I have to be sad.
I think what it is I really try my absolute hardest to be as present as I possibly can in every moment that I'm in, and like not think about what just happened or the night I had before or whatever it is, because like I said, I want the people around me to feel like they can be themselves and know that like I'm with them on the same level. So yes, 100%. If there was like some like deep like crazy, you know, song I wrote before a session, like we were crying in the session, and then the next one I have we're like making like some hard trap music or something. It is a weird transition, but at the same time for me it's just like bringing the energy of whatever's going to be in that moment, just trying to match what everyone else is feeling, and making the best of it, basically, if that makes sense. Like, yeah, I don't think it's not that weird. I think it's actually really cool that as humans we can even do that, because that's just like day-to-day life. There's like so much stuff that gets thrown
Stuff
at
goes
us.
up, stuff goes down.
Yeah. And in music, I think it's really cool that we can express ourselves in that way and just do that and kick it on when we want to kick it on, or kick it off when we want to kick it off. I will say, if there's like some life stuff going on with me where it's like, you know, I'm feeling down or I'm feeling up or whatever it is, I do think that I express that through the type of music I make with the artist, if that makes sense. Like, if I'm the one coming up with the chord progression or the tempo or whatever, maybe I'll come up with like a more sad one or a happier one or whatever it is in terms of how I'm feeling, and then that just kind of leads the room in that way. But majority of the time the artist kind of leads the room, which I like. But it just depends.
Specifically, we have to talk about it because it's one of my favorite songs that's come out this year. We have to talk about the new Brody song and how that whole thing came to be.
You love Brody stuff.
I love it. I actually listened to it 5 times today. God's honest truth. And I listen to it most days, and I truly do listen to it in the gym, and that is why it's on the Gym Cave playlist. But
yeah.
but
shout out to the Gym Cave.
Yeah, let's talk about how it came to be, how it all started to Release Day, and how it all.
Okay, yes. I did Act Like You Don't with Brody.
Yeah.
That was the first song I ever. That was the first time I met him.
That was like his first big single that came out after he was on his own.
Really cool.
Yeah.
I mean, even to see it on his #1 right now and like see people enjoying that sound is really cool. Because I kind of it was another one of those things where I was like, I know of Brody, but this was before I started working with him. I was like, I know of Brody. I want to listen to his catalog, see kind of where he's at. And it sounded like cool, like pop, country mix. Like I could do that and make the best of it. And I went into that session knowing that and just played some ideas I had. And one of those ones was Act Like You Don't. And ever since then, he kept hitting me to like do a bunch of songs. And I think I've done, pretty much every song since that song, which is really cool that we've been able to develop that relationship. And specifically with Tried, this was maybe number 4 or maybe 4 or 5 that has come out since the time of Act Like You Don't. He had brought another good friend of ours, Carson Wallace, the GOAT.
So good.
No, he's actually insane.
His breakup song needs to drop soon.
No, yeah, he's truly just a great writer, great person to be around. I actually know him from another thing, but we can get into that later. But he's the best. I love Carson. And so that day they had the idea. I think they had like the chorus, maybe, like kind of just the melody. And then, usually in every session it's just kind of like just playing on guitar. Let me build a track while you guys play, and we'll see how it goes. And then Carson picked up the guitar and started playing that main riff that you hear in the beginning and just throughout the song. And I was like, yeah, that's it. And it just kind of fell together from there. We recorded it all that day. It just came out fire. Like, that song is so sick.
So good.
Yeah.
So good.
And I think Brody, I love working with Brody because I think he realizes that I know his sound or I'm growing with his sound. Mm-hmm. Not necessarily know what he wants, but like we have like a mutual respect of like, oh, you want to do this type of sound, drum, whatever thing, and he trusts me, which I think is cool. So
that's so important.
Yeah, usually in the sessions we've done, they've all been like that, where he's just kind of writing and I'm building, and then we come together, put the vocals down, and just arrange it, and it comes out like how you heard it. I think how it came out was we literally just mastered the demo, which was sick.
Yeah.
I feel like that's usually how I've been trying to work lately, is get a really solid day of, like, solid
when the emotions are there and
yeah,
at the peak. Yeah.
Like, I hate
going back and being like, let's adjust this. And
like, super, I was going to say no shade, but honestly,
all the shade
to the producers out there that don't get a day of.
Yeah.
Honestly, like, I feel like you're shooting yourself in the foot. I really do. Because you're capturing all the emotion that day. And, like, yes, we could spend hours mixing it and, like, making this guitar sound this certain way or whatever. But what everyone heard in the room, they were loving. So, like, just bounce it and send it and live with it. And I guarantee it translates to fans way harder than it would if you spent months on it and like did all this like stuff to it, No,
that's real. Like, you think about back in like the 1920s, they take a photograph and then like you get it like 6 months later and you're like, I'm not even with that family anymore. Or like nowadays, like there's so many things where it's like we're so used to like getting stuff now. Like, why wouldn't you want to deliver it right now when it's when you want it?
Exactly.
And like the same thing with like teasing stuff on TikTok, where it's like we've realized if you tease a song for 6 months and drop it, there was a lot of excitement when you first put it out.
Exactly.
But now everyone's like, honestly, don't even care. Put out the song whenever you want it. Like, I'm not going to listen to it.
Literally.
So getting it out like day of is awesome.
I agree. Yeah, I think yeah, it's like I said, like you're just putting out the emotion that you captured, and it's just that's what people like want. Like it's not. I feel like music is just so overcomplicated sometimes, where it really doesn't need to be. And it's overcomplicated because there's a lot of shit that goes into it, like learning how to record and do all the stuff, getting the right take and whatever, which is very complicated. But once you have it and it's there, like that's it. Like that's the song. And I think that's what's really cool about music, and what I try to do with the artists I work with is just bring the idea they have to life as much as I possibly can in that moment. And yes, 90% of the time we're going back and being like, let's clean this up, let's do this, change that. But also,
as close as we can.
Yeah. Also 90% of the time, like the song was there. That was what we made. So like, if you don't like it, then
figure it out.
Yeah, go make it with someone else, I guess. Like, but yeah, I don't know. Music is weird. It's very.
So you mentioned there's a different story in how you met Carson, and now it's all I can think about, and we have to talk about it. I won't be able to ask any other questions until we get.
Well, so I've only been in Nashville for like 6 years, but when I first moved to Nashville, which is a really cool part, I think, for me, of my like story and how I've met so many people and gotten to where I am. This is gonna sound like a really random story.
But no,
Caleb.
Wait.
Wait.
I'm gonna test you.
You already forgot.
No. I didn't forget. I got it.
Don't show anybody else that.
The top secret.
Unless it's someone you really care about.
Really care about.
Like you have to like really care about them.
Tim, I got something cool to show you. I care about Tim. Tim's pretty cool.
I don't know if I fuck with Tim yet.
You don't know if you fuck with Tim yet? Or you will. You will if you have it. When you work with people now with having a manager and connecting with people with mutuals and stuff like that, and what that process is like.
I mean, it's a really good process when you have a team around you that knows what you want. Which thankfully I have that. If I didn't, I could totally see how it would be some sort of a conflict. Not really the worst. Conflict probably is the wrong word, but just like upsetting. Just of, I have these things I want to work on that I'm inspired by, this music I listen to, and to just have a team around me where I could tell them and talk to them and be like, have you guys heard this new album? Do you guys heard of this artist? This producer's doing this. Like, I want to also do that. It's really cool to have a team around you that knows what you want.
How did you go about like finding a team and creating a team around you? Because I don't know if there's a lot of producers who have done that or even know how to do that.
Yeah, that's a great question. So I got a manager first, which I would recommend to any producer out there that is getting cuts and trying to figure out how to talk about splits and talk about advances and all the things that a producer deserves, even though
does deserve
not a hot take.
No,
deserves a lot more than that.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, producers deserve so much more. But I found my manager through V Wills. Me and him. Or he had a manager and then introduced his manager to me, and then his manager started managing me. And that was probably 3-4 years ago when that started. And Victor he's working with other management now, but I'm still with the same manager. Love him to death. He works his ass off for me, and I just appreciate someone who sees my goals and wants to bring them to life, which is great for. Hold on. Let me retract this thought a little bit. See, the Dickles hit me.
The Dickles hit.
No, the Dickle
you go through a bottle of Dickle.
No,
thoughts are gonna come out. The deep thoughts are gonna come out.
The Dickle is kind of hitting me. But
Dom's been dickled.
I've been dickled, super dickled. Had my legs in there, and Dickle came over here.
The dickling is happening.
But no. I just think as far as having a manager for me was really important because it took care of the hard conversations that I wanted to have.
Yeah.
Of, like I was saying, like, you're going to work out splits and you're going to work out money and just the stuff that actually matters for a producer and a musician who's trying to take this job very seriously. It felt really nice to have that pressure off of me, and just gave me the ability to focus on the music side of it, which to this day I'm so grateful to have that, because there's so many times where I'm like, we'll get in a room and the artist is like, yeah, man, like, how do you feel about this? How do you feel about that? And I'm like, honestly, it sounds good, but like, let's just run it through. Let's connect the managers and like figure out what, like, the best way to do this, because I don't want to ruin any relationship at all. And I also tell every artist I work with that I'm so pro song. Like, I want, no matter what, the song to be out to the world. We worked hard on this. I want what we created to be shared, no matter what. And we could figure out the shit and the business shit later or whatever. So I think that's what's really cool about having a manager, that made it, for me, nice to have a manager as cool as the one I have, because he knows that that's what I want. And as far as publishing goes, I signed to Concord Publishing last year, which actually got me off the road with Lee, which was at the time amazing to me. I'm like,
I'm done with the road. I'm done with the road.
I've been out here for 3 years. And not that I've exhausted every opportunity that had. I love everyone out there so much. Like, love. I think it just, whenever we were home, I was working on everything, even on the road. Like, Lee would go take a nap and I would work on stuff. I mean, that's when I made songs that have really done really cool for me. I think that's when I remember FaceTiming Mike out on the road and being like
when Brad at the bar came out?
Yeah. Like literally, like, working on pocketing his vocals on the road. And like, the internet was shit. And I'm like, dude, I'm sorry. Like, like, this is like my first time meeting you. Like, I'm out on the road. Like, but I'm just saying that as an example of, I was really caring a lot about the music that I was working on outside of my job, which I 100% think led me to meeting Concord and getting my publishing deal with them, which was really a blessing. And to find people that believe in the stuff I'm doing and want to push me more is just so cool. It's actually an amazing feeling. And this is just what I'm saying to just every producer out there, is like, if you find people that believe in what you're trying to do and create and put out there in the world, like those people really do want to see the best in you. And like I keep saying, luckily for me, it was really just lucky to have that in my life, especially right now. It came at a perfect time for me. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even remember what your question was.
And not to ruin your sweet sentiment, but we do have to talk about Bride at a Bar, because I didn't know till about in the last like 72 hours that you produced that song. And when I tell you that, like, I have never been more excited for a song to come out in my whole life. No. When Seriously? This song was being teased, before the song was even out. So like 2 or 3 years ago, whatever, before the song was coming out, I had like created this idea that felt genius in my head. It's gonna sound so stupid when I say it out loud, but I was like, all right, I'm gonna download Bumble, which is a dating app for people who don't know. And I was like, all right, so this, on Bumble, you have to create a question.
Right.
From that question, girls see it and they provide an answer. So my question was like, tell me your 3 favorite artists, and I'll show you a song you've never heard before, but I guarantee you're gonna love. And for 3 months, that was the song that I sent, and it was just like putting on V Wills and Mike, and I was like, this is my new way. Yeah, I like downloaded a dating app.
So cool to hear. That's actually makes me so happy.
But the song was so good. It was like, because I remember when he was like teasing the song before Mike was even on it, I was like, this is going to be such a good song. And I've been listening to Mike for 10 years at this point. And then he announced that Mike was going to be on the song. And I was like, are you fucking, this is like a weird dream that like became reality.
There's actually some crazy lore behind that song.
To do with the Sundown stuff, or like
No.
Well, share.
I think,
share. I deserve it. If anybody deserves to know the lore, it's me.
You deserve to know the lore. I'm trying to remember. I think Sundown actually might have come after that, which we could talk about that after. But Bright at a Bar. So, me and Victor V. Wills had gotten into a little scuffle, you know.
Like a real scuffle, like fisticuffs.
No,
he's a pretty tall guy. I just picture.
Oh, please. No, but more of just like a friend scuffle.
Yeah.
Of like same type of shit me and Chesley go through.
Yeah.
And I think I've grown up enough to know like
everyone has a part in everything, and
we were younger. And like still figuring out our lives. Like this is the first time we live by ourselves. Like this is the first time we've been with friends and live with friends and all this stuff. So it was more of just like a friend scuffle. It wasn't like I hate you, you fucking bitch. It wasn't nothing like that. It was just like, you know, we just got into like a scuffle. But what's funny about this is Mike had DM'd him during the scuffle. And we didn't even know. We had no idea. Like, we were, like, so, like, pissed at each other. We didn't even care. Like, we did not even know. And, like, so that was this was, there was a song. I'm trying to remember what it was. It was when I did with Victor. It was before Bright at a Bar. But Mike had asked to be on it. Oh, it was oh my God.
Oh yeah.
So that was when he had DM'd Victor for the first time, and we were like, "Holy shit! Like, why are we even fighting?" Like, obviously, like music is so powerful. Like this is stupid, which we crush, and obviously we're the best of friends now. So yeah, when we made Bright at a Bar, which was maybe a few months after that had come out, like maybe a month, I don't even remember, but he had posted it and Mike was like, send it to me, like let's, come on, like this is fire, and which obviously got us hype as hell.
Yeah.
And at that time, it was when me and Victor do this thing where we get in one time and like we make like a cool song, and then we get in a second time. But this is like all like really back to back. This isn't like, oh, one time 1 week, one time next month. No, it's like we get in one time, then the next day we get in, and then the third day
it's the heat. Like that song is gonna feed
the
families.
Third day, like we're like, we made Bright at a Bar, and we're like, this is hard. Like you should post it. And then he posted it, and Mike had reached out and was like, yeah, send me open verse, and I think we went through. I don't mean to expose what happened, but actually I do.
I do.
I don't give a fuck.
I'm here now.
But like we had gone through like probably like 3 or 4 verses, and not just verses, but just arrangement too, of just figuring out the best thing for the song. And I remember vividly being on the road with Lee and being like on the phone with Victor and like, dude, like, can we need to get all 3 of us on the phone to figure this out, because I hear this song this way. This was one of those times in my life, which this happens probably, I would say like 25% of my life, where I'm like really die hard for how the song is going to come out, because I believe in it so much that I'm like, can we do this, do that? And I'm talking to the artist, which is hard as a producer, that I feel like many producers that are passionate about what the song is going to be like at the end, it's tough to talk to the artist in that way of like, yeah, I mean, this was cool, but also I really liked how this sounded. So if you could consider that, like listening back, you know, let's get a version like that and see how we feel. And I think in the end, Bright at a Bar, it was like probably like 2 weeks before it was going to come out. we had made like a last minute decision that was like, let's fucking go. Like, so happy with, and Victor was happy with, Mike was happy with, and we were all just super hype. It had gone in like so many directions that a song could go, which doesn't happen that much. Usually a song is so good, you're like, it's just there. You just do what you do, and it's put it out, and that's it. But I think that song in particular was one of those ones where it felt like it deserved the work, and rightfully so. I think it came out, to me, really good, and hopefully to a lot of the people that enjoy Victor and Mike on it. I think it came out really sick.
No, I love that, like, Mike's verse is short and sweet and to the point, and like, I feel like it makes you realize, like, yeah, this is a Vic song, but Mike just comes in and adds like a little bit of sauce, and like it crushes it. The whole thing is good. Yeah.
I agree. I was like, I mean, like I said, we were in a way starstruck. We were like, we're really in the Mike feature.
We're in the Mike feature. That's
Let's
crazy.
Fucking go! Like, we were freaking out, and I remember like as soon as he sent like one of his verses. We like booked out a studio, and we were like, we're gonna go put this together. We were like melodyning his vocal, and then we sent back. He's like, guys, I'm saying another one right now. Like, all right, okay. Let's pump the brakes a little. Yeah, it took probably like, I think a total like maybe a month after the song was done on our end to finalize that, but it was worth it. That was really fun.
Which is crazy because full circle moment. The first time I met you in person was at a Mike show here in Nashville.
That's so true. Wow.
Like,
I was...
And you didn't even know that I knew who you were. You were just like, hey, how are you? And I was like, someone tell Dom to bring in the drum.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Shout out, Chesley. Yeah. That's honestly a great tag, by the way.
Yeah.
If great. I ever want one.
That has to be it.
Yeah. No, facts. But no, that is crazy. I was pretty drunk that night.
That's okay. I mean, as you should be at a Mike show. I mean,
I had to show out.
Yeah. You have to. Yeah. You have to. If he comes to Nashville, like,
exactly.
you have to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But
that's what a Mike show is about. It's about being with the boys and having a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You fuck with SR?
I fuck with SR. Hard.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
So obviously you've had a chance to work with so many different artists from all different landscapes of places, and country, pop, a little bit of sad boy stuff, which the Batcave loves. But what to you would be like Dom is successful more? Do you already feel like Dom is successful? Do you feel like there's like a level you have to reach, an artist you have to work with, an achievement you have to get?
So I wasn't shaking my head to no to that, but it was more of like, I feel so successful in the fact that I am making a living off music.
Yeah.
It has nothing... Well, I wasn't gonna... I'm just so proud of the stuff that's out and the stuff that I work on, that to see other people resonate with the work that I spent so many hours and just put my ear into and my taste, and just see people resonate with that is the greatest feeling of all time. I genuinely, I feel like I've won 1,000 Grammys and have gotten 1 million platinum records. Like I really, as far as my heart goes, don't see much more fulfillment. Obviously the other things will be really cool that I said, but I just am so happy to be able to make music that people like. It feels really, really good. It feels like I'm like a preacher, and like all these people are in agreeing with something bigger than me, because it is like, music is such an emotional connection that a lot of people can't even describe. It just fits within what they're feeling, and it feels really cool to be a part of what that is. Yeah,
that's super cool that you had this. You had this dream at like 12, and you were like, "Hey, I want to make music," and you didn't exactly know the lane you wanted to make it in, but now you're out here in Nashville getting to facilitate.
It is
music
crazy.
At a very high level, by the way, at like a phenomenal high level. Like,
thank you. It doesn't feel that high, but it feels it's fulfilling, like I said, just to know that anybody is going to listen to something I had done or something I'm working on and be like, this is cool, or this makes me sad or happy or whatever it is. And that is like really all I'm looking for as far as a creative, not even just a producer. I feel just very happy to be able to create such a cool, I keep repeating the same word, but just emotion for people.
Yeah.
You know?
Was there a moment, obviously, like going on the road with Lee Bryce has to make you feel like, okay, I'm pretty financially good right now. But like outside of like going on the road with somebody, was there a moment where you realized you could, or a song you made where you felt like you could be at home and like be good with music? Or
Yeah. Yeah, I think being on the road and being able to know that I was getting a check every month obviously was great.
Yeah.
I do think that a big part of why I stayed for so long and wanted to do that was not because of the money. It was really more just being around the music of what that was. And
the champagne of beers.
yes, sir.
Actually, we gotta tell a funny story about this. So me and my girlfriend were in Gatlinburg for New Year's this year because we're like, we just want to keep it low key. And I looked at her and I was like, I don't really like champagne. Do you like champagne? And I was like, and she's like, yeah. And I was like, okay, we'll go to the gas station and get some champagne real quick before we go back. Because we're like, we just want to keep it low key. We're just going to watch the ball drop. We go to get champagne and they're like, you can't buy champagne because it's after 11. Whatever the fuck it is in Tennessee. You guys suck.
Facts. No, that's
But I look
facts.
at her and I'm like, all right, so we can't have champagne. The closest thing we can have to champagne is the champagne of beers. And she's like, what are you talking about? I was like, I think we have to buy a Miller High Life for the ball drop this year.
That's crazy.
And she was down.
You guys spin the ball drop with a Miller High Life?
Yeah. And that's how I know I'm dating a really awesome girl.
I mean, yeah, that's... I'm not going to lie. I hate beer.
Yeah, I know. But
I mean, what are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
If that's all there is.
If that's all there is,
yeah.
like, yeah, you know,
yeah,
just got to make do.
I just want to feel something.
Just want to feel something sometimes. We don't have good music, so we got to, roll with it.
Facts.
All right. So,
yeah, okay, so yeah, let me wrap this thought up that I have about the Lee stuff. I was really just more saying the money. I was saying about the money. Just, it wasn't... I could have... Hold on, sorry.
You know what sucks about beer? Is it's not like a shot where you take it, you put it down. Now we got to hold this thing the whole time.
I know, and it gets like warm like towards the top because our hands are holding it. Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck you, beer.
Seriously. Okay.
We should make a song called "Fuck You, Beer." You broke my heart.
Definitely.
Or whatever.
It's got to be a song.
No, it is. That's okay.
Yeah. Okay, but anyways, about the Lee shit. I feel like what was keeping me out there the most, and not getting a publishing deal sooner or all the things was really, I was inspired by what was happening around me. It felt like a stage in my life that needed to happen.
Yeah.
It was like, I definitely felt a little bit out of place at times where like I'm around all these country dudes and like this lifestyle is, I mean, it's not necessarily fooling me, but I also appreciate it and I'm learning a lot from it, you know? And I feel like that was what was really cool about that opportunity, because it was an opportunity. I learned so much. Like I said, Lee is seriously the most talented person that I've been able to watch create music and record and just do things with. It was crazy. It was like, I don't know, just getting off, watching him get off stage and just we get on the bus and record music was inspiring as a producer to be able to be a part of that, you know? But all that to say, I brought a lot of that inspiration to a lot of other projects that I worked on, which then led me to the Concord and now where I'm at today, where I'm just able to just focus on what I want to do and the artists I want to work with, which has been so good. So good.
Was there a part of transitioning to being at home where you didn't feel that, like, it was tough to transition to not feeling that excitement of, like, oh, now we're in this city and now we're doing this, and you're like, I'm at home again, and I'm like, I got people coming over, but I'm at home again. And
yeah, it definitely from a mental standpoint was very weird. Because I'm a very go with the flow person, and I'm almost certain I could adapt to any situation. As far as, like, I'm going to sleep here, I'm going to wake up and do this here. But coming off the road, when you're, like, so used to just driving down a bumpy road and then finding the nearest shower and being around who you're going to be around for that day, and then just being at such a stable life when you get home was weird. But it was also familiar because, like, that's what I'm used to. That's what I want when I go home. So it wasn't that weird. It was just, I don't know, it was just another learning curve that felt fun for me. It wasn't super weird, honestly.
Is there something, like, you've had so many stages as a producer, from, Colorado to moving here to being on the road to having artists seek you out to work with you. Is there something that you feel like you've learned along the way that took some time to navigate that would be good for, like, producers that are just finding their footing now?
Yes. And I don't think it's something that it took me long to learn. I think it's something that I see producers not necessarily wanting to do. But for me, my answer would be collaboration. I think that was, like, the biggest gateway for me to even get to anywhere that I'm at right now. And when I say, like, some producers don't want to do that, it's because, it is a tough market out there, and to be who you are at the core of who you are, and you have this specific sound, is really cool. But at the same time, we do have to learn how to be around other people and collaborate and do cool things that other people resonate with as well, not just, like, ourselves. So I think that was, like, one of the biggest things that I learned pretty quickly and just got excitement from more than anything was collaborating with other people. It was the greatest thing to ever happen in music is collaboration to me. Mm-hmm. Because you're literally just creating and taking ideas and having fun with ideas and bouncing ideas, and whatever the idea is, it's happening between you and another person or you and 3 other people, and everyone is like, this is really cool and fun. And I don't know how else to describe it, but if that makes sense, that's really what I'm trying to say. I think collaboration is one of the biggest things as a producer that other producers should do. It's just so fun. It makes music way more fun. Like, I'm not trying to sit up and stare at my computer by myself.
Yeah.
Like, I want to feed off some energy. It's like working with an artist. It is. Because I think producers are artists.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. And
producers are creating the art just as much as the artist is.
Yeah.
We're putting all these sounds together, all these chords, all these leads and drum bounce and all this shit that would literally not matter if there wasn't an artist or ourselves as the artist. Like, this shit needs to happen.
And anyone who thinks differently, like, listen to a song that didn't have a producer on it, and with just the artist did everything on it, and You'll be like, all right, this needs a producer. And not to fault the artist, but, like, that's, the person who owns Walmart doesn't also work the cash register. You need everybody to make something. And, like, collaboration is the key to success with anything. Like, at the end of the day, like, as much as you love or care about something, you can't do every job at the highest level.
Yeah.
And that's not, like, the ego hates that, but to be real and honest, like, you can't put out anything at a good rate and have it be the highest level if you're doing everything at the end of the day.
Not at all. Like, it's like, especially moving to Nashville, for me, seeing how many people are good at instruments here, I swear, I swear, I could pick a homeless person off the street and they would know how to play an instrument. And, like, it's just knowing that is the market of music that we're in, especially even with AI and like all the shit going on in the world. Like, I think being able to take from those things and apply them to what you're already good at is what's making you as a producer the best producer you could possibly be. I really do. Like, this collaboration, it is just hearing things you're inspired by and applying them to yourself, I think is the coolest way to make music. It really is. Yeah.
You're in a room, let's say let's remake the voice here. So let's switch it up. There's an artist in front of you, you and 2 other producers. How do you sell yourself to an artist, and how do you know you're the best fit for their song, and what do you tell the artist for a connection standpoint of like why they should work with you versus a different producer? Yeah.
Honestly, this is going to sound so cliche and like probably annoying, but I think it is just being yourself and like letting the artist know that they can open up to you, which is like, it's like one of those things that's like, it's not, well, okay, sorry. It's not a job. You're not applying for a job.
Right.
You're literally speaking through music. And so to talk about it in that manner of like, I should be producing you more than so-and-so is hard to say, because I think it is just who people feel most comfortable around is going to make the best music around. There's a lot of producers that I know that are better producers than me, 100%. But at the same time, I think that I could bring out a better song from an artist than that other producer. Not all the time, but I hope that I can, and that's my goal. You know, I think it just comes down to who you are as a person, your personality. It's like you're a producer, but you're also a personality asset. Like you are contributing your personality just as much as you are the song. The producers that sit there and don't say anything the whole session, they may be insane and be coming up with the coolest shit, but at the same time, we need like oh shit, that's fire, or like that melody's cool. Like we need like more energy. I think is what it is. Energy is my answer. You just need good energy.
Yeah, and that's honestly like if I were to be like, if someone would come up to me like, are the producers like obviously it's person to person based, but like why I would say like you got to work with Dom, just from the interactions we've had and when we've talked. And this isn't all producers, but I do think there is a stereotype with producers where people produce because maybe they don't want to have person-to-person interactions, have social conversations. And I think there's a lot of producers that struggle with social interactions. And I think that is a huge skill set that you have, that like every time we've ever interacted, no matter if we knew, the first time we met and we're just like shooting the shit, or like any other time, you're very good at talking, making people feel comfortable. And especially some situation where you're creating a song and both of you don't know how to feel comfortable, I feel like you would be very good at facilitating a comfortable situation very quickly with an artist.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I think that's key.
Yeah.
It is. It's like I'm saying, like you're going to get in these rooms with people you never met, and they're going to expect you to perform. But for me, I can't perform unless I'm comfortable, and I feel like that's a very mutual feeling in a room. If everyone's kind of feeling awkward and like...
You know quick. You're
It's like, all right, can we just like take a second and like, let's talk a little bit. Let's
You hear it's going to be 67 on Tuesday?
Let's listen to some music. Let's like just chill, because I think that the magic in music is from chilling. It's more in the way we live versus when we actually go to make it.
All right, for the fourth and final time.
Brother.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot.
I'm not going to show you shit if you do that. I ain't going to do that shit no more.
See, what happens is after I do it, I delete it so I don't share other people. But then I'm like, oh, Dom's here. We're doing it again. So it's just like, so I'm not creating the habit, so I do it every time.
Well, I'm here, so you got to remember.
I got to remember you're here. I'm sorry. It's my fault.
It's all right.
All right. Dom's goals 2026.
No goals.
We have the Dom mask. We have Dom.
I want to dominate you in that mask.
And all right, we're cutting that. All right, you're getting canceled now. We're taking that out.
Sorry. No, we got to keep that in.
Yeah, we gotta
but
keep, okay.
anyways. No, but that is definitely one of the goals.
For 2026. I'm not gonna wait a year.
And 2027.
Oh, all right.
And forever after.
And forever and out.
No, but this is gonna piss you off when I say this, and a lot of people. I really am not like a goal guy. I'm really not like a
forward defensive guy.
Yeah, I'll block a goal.
but
like I'm not like I'm not gonna let it go in. You know what I mean? Yeah.
We'll just hang around the outside type of guy.
yeah. No, but honestly, I think that setting goals for me has always been tough because one, I think if you achieve the goal, you get to the goal, and it's not even as cool as you anticipated it to be when you started the goal. It's cool because you had the goal, but it never is like it always just feels like it's like in time with how your life is moving. For me anyways, of how like I've planned things out. And if you don't set a goal, it's the opposite of that, of like, well, I need to have a goal. I need to do this. I need to do that. But for me, like I said, I really do try so hard to be as present as possible. Which is why I said you're going to hate this answer to end the podcast. But because I have no goals.
No goals.
Yeah.
No ambition.
I just hope that
I just be hitting, just making hits accidentally. I don't even be trying. All you guys be trying making goals. Dom's out here. He doesn't even care what he does tomorrow, but he's just
I just hope I wake up in the morning.
Yeah. He's like, I might just write the best song you ever heard, but I didn't even anticipate that. I didn't even try. It just happened.
In fact, it just fell out.
It just fell out. Oops.
No, but I guess if there is a goal, it is to just maintain the mentality I have, because I feel like my mentality is to just be myself and provide the energy to other people when it's needed, and just be a good person and really just be fun to be around and have good conversations and make good memories. I just want to be that forever.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything better than that. Getting awards and getting so and so amount of views, or being a part of this song, or working with that artist is cool. But like I said earlier in the conversation, of they're just still people, it's really more fulfilling to me to know that that person feels something enough to want to be a part of my ideas and kind of how I hear stuff. I think that would be my goal, really, just to maintain the best relationship possible I can with people I interact with or meet and make music with.
Well, I can't say anything about the good conversation, but you are good to hang out with. And
I know. I dropped a couple things you can't put in there. We'll cut all that.
We'll cut all that.
Yeah.
But no, I seriously appreciate you choosing me to be your first in-person podcast. It's been a pleasure,
brother. Thank you, seriously.
Dom,
like I said, next time it's gonna be me, you. Nothing else but the mask.
But the mask.
Yeah. Nothing but you got to keep the chain on.
The chain never comes off. I go to work with the chain on. Yeah.
Chain on, chest hairs out.
Chest hair, all of them. All 5 of them.
And me, you, and a mask. That would go viral.